This is GB Camper Conversion's latest conversion on a Transit custom low roof, what we call a day camper conversion. So it's based on a popular conversion with the rock and roll bed and the furniture down the one side. This is a customer's van that's been supplied and they've asked us to convert it for them. So they've picked all the furniture colours, which looking at it looks really nice finish. It's finished with the Grey Zebrano furniture. We use vohringer ply. It's a nice lightweight ply, easy to cut, good screw retention, so you can put things together really well with it. Okay, so installed in this one, so we've got the furniture down one side and we've had the Dometic 2-burner hob and sink with a cold water supply, and the water storage again he's opted because they don't want any external features on the van, so they've asked for just the 2 water containers. Well, you got your fresh water container and then the other container collects your waste, so they're just stored inside the one cupboard. And then next to that we've gone for another decent sized cupboard there, popped a shelf in, so you can still get some tall items at the front and then smaller items near the back, maybe pots and pans, that kind of thing, plates on the top shelf. You pull out drawer, which again you can use for your cutlery. It's quite a nice long sized drawer, just sits nicely under the hob. Your 2-burner hob, you get a small ring and then the larger ring, and the gas bottle storage for that is at the rear. We'll come to that shortly, but just sticking with the kitchen unit, like I say, it's all vohringer ply. It's really nice ply to work with. We put them a set of pockets up there as well, so again, you know, good utilisation of some storage up there. And then just finishing in the first kitchen unit, then we've got the Vitrifigo 50-litre fridge. This is the equivalent of the Dometic CRX50. You know, just as good, does everything that the CRX50 does. Nice little fridge with the icebox as well. So located on the front of the storage unit, or the kitchen unit rather, you've got 240 socket, USB and your 12-volt power socket. Because this twin seat, which again it came to us already with this, has got the swivel seat, and you've got the pins. There's four locators. They've all got their own pins in. You take those out, and then these locking knobs you just rotate, pull up. Oh, that one's already rotated. Then it's a case of manoeuvring the seat. So when you've got 2 people, or even 4, because you can travel with 5 in this particular setup, you can both have a nice twin seat to relax on. So you've got this one, which we've just spun around, and then you've got the rock and roll bed opposite. Yeah, so coming to the back storage unit, so that they opted normally on this setup you get a wardrobe that sits up here, and then the space underneath is normally utilised with your electrical consumer unit, possibly your leisure battery, whereas they've opted for not the wardrobe, because you'll get more storage in this than what you would a wardrobe, because that's just completely filled up with other bits and bobs if you go for the normal setup with the wardrobe. So we built a hatch, and down inside there, that is bigger than any wardrobe we could have put up here. And again, they can still have some kind of upper storage, which we've gone for, which is at the back rather than the front, which you see on other similar conversions. So that's allowed for a big deep storage. But then even further down there then, so you've got the first shelf, which is a good few, it's almost a metre wide by half a metre deep. Well, it's just under half a metre deep. It's about 400 mil deep. And then down there located, which again, you've got a bit more storage at the back for shoes, anything that kind of size that'll fit down there. And then you've got the electrical consumer unit. So you've got your power points, which is your 240 sockets, the lighting, but the lighting works off 12 volts, so it's not in there. And then your charger and your fridge, RCD protected. And then we've got the Sergeant battery charger transformer, and that supplies all the 12 volt, like your water pump, your fridge, or your sockets, your LED lighting. And coming to sockets, again, you've got a set on the back wall on this rear storage unit as well. So again, you know, you can charge your phone, you can put your TV, your laptop, any other sort of 12 volt device. And then you've got a worktop here, pretty much the whole length of the van, apart from having the hob and sink there obviously, but as a worktop. Because what you'd want, obviously, if you're cooking or you're washing up, you want somewhere to put your pots and pans, either while you're serving up, or you're cooking, or you're washing up and what have you. You know, just, you get this much more worktop to use. Again, you know, a low roof van as well, so you've got to think about space and where you're going to put things. So that's why they opted for the extra workspace. You get your magazine net as well on the one side with your switch. That's your switch, your fuse spur for your Whitney plinth heater, which again, that only runs on 240, but again, it's a customer requirement. We can fit you an alternative, gas or diesel. This is what they specifically required. Then coming over to the other side, this is where we control everything. So this is a Sergeant EC30 control panel. You've got your leisure battery supply. You've got your vehicle's battery supply, although you wouldn't want to take it off your vehicle battery. But what that actually does, when you're charging, when you've got your 240 volt plugged in there, and the charging unit that I showed you earlier down in this storage compartment, when you've got it on either leisure or vehicle, that will actually supply a charge to either of those batteries, whichever one you've got it switched to. So if you're on site and your vehicle battery decides to go flat for whatever reason, if you're on mains electric plugged in on site, you just flick it up to vehicle. It'll actually charge your vehicle battery while you're on site. So you've never got any fear of your vehicle battery going flat, which I think is a really good touch with them. And then again, you can turn your gauge on and off, so you don't need to see the voltage. It's just there for display. Just lets you know if you are wild camping, what you're getting down to, poor, fair, good on your voltage. And then you've got your operations of your switches. You've got your water pump, you've got your lighting, and then your auxiliary. So auxiliary for us, we run off the auxiliary, we run the fridge and your 12 volt sockets. The fridge don't consume a lot these days because they're really efficient. And again, over that one side, just on the sidewall, another magazine net and book net. So you can either use them while you're sitting here, or when we get the bed out shortly, you've got somewhere to put possibly your phone at night time, or if you are reading a book, you've got somewhere to just slip it away. Okay, so let's go round to the back, and we've got a little bit more storage there, and we've got the table leg to show you. Okay, so this is round the rear at the storage. We was going to show you. So we've got the one compartment at the back, because obviously your inner shelf comes up to about there. This is where your gas bottle is going to live. So this is big enough with the strap and the bracket for mounting your gas bottle. You can get either a 4.5, 6 kilogram bottle in there, or even a camping gas bottle, which are a lot smaller anyway. But then, yeah, around the side, you've got your nozzle where you're going to connect your gas on, your gas hose, and then again, further around the side, you've got your single gas tap, just to isolate the gas for changing the bottle or getting a test on there or whatever it is. And then your gas drop hole again. All sealed. So there's only one way out for the gas to go, and that's down and out. So again, storage under the bed. We didn't put a door on there, just simply because it's too far down for you to actually reach. So if we was going to put a door on and something decides to travel down there without sticking your hand down the one side of the bed and struggling to find it, we just left it open for them. They were happy with that. Deck chairs, camping tables, anything else you want to chuck down there. And then we've got the dining table, which we mentioned. So we'll set that up and we'll show you where that goes. So we've got the table leg, which is clipped on the back there. That just locates into the hole. And then we've got the table itself, which lifts back around the rear. Just unclip that out of its brackets. Nicely stowed away so it doesn't get in the way. And that just sits on top of the table leg. And then we've got dining there, nicely for 2 people. Spin it round so you can get back in. Plenty of room for both of you. Still get to your bits of storage inside. Now again, you know, you can still open your doors. That's the beauty of these. Obviously, they have the option of sliding it up and down the rail, which we were wanting to, but because the table to come to the person that's going to be sit on this side, the table would have to be that long that we'd probably struggle to find somewhere to store it, to be honest, and then it's the sliding it up and down. So they've gone for the fixed table in the floor, which again, like I say, you can manoeuvre it round. You can sit here, dine together. Yeah, it's really nice and comfortable. Nicely finished off as well with the Grey Zebrano. It's got solid iron-on edging on there. They've gone for a Graffiti Grey worktop. We used the aluminium silver profile for the furniture. And again, rather than having curtains fitted on this particular one as well, they've gone for the forward glass windows with an opening window on the driver's side there. And we've made a surround as we've carpeted the panel, so you can still get access to that window. And then rather than curtains, like I say, they've opted for the blinds, which are Horex blinds, and you get the fly screen as well. And then the same on the side loading door. If I just manoeuvre around, shut the side loading door. Same again. This one is just a fixed glass window, forward glass window, with your blinds and your fly screen. Which we've had to actually recess that one because of the way that the forward side loading door opens. It's really close to the van, so we've had to recess it just so it just misses the side of the van. So this rock and roll bed we've had supplied. It's from a company, excuse me, it's from a company that's local to us. It's fitted with 2 seat belts, it's MOT compliant. Comes with a fitting kit which we fitted underneath, so it is a sturdy fitted rock and roll bed. And the operation's nice and simple. There's a lever on the front. We slide the lever across and then start to pull the bed forwards. We just allow it to come down. Now I just grab the seat belt, take a bit of tension on it, let it drop down. And it's 1800 by just over a metre wide. And it's quite a really nice finish, to be honest. It's got really nice thick padded cushions, well finished off with the material as well. And again, this is the reason why we'd put the magazine nets where we put them, so for nighttime reading. And again, your Sergeant control panel, you can still get access to that whilst you're sleeping. And again, I'll just come back to that because the reason we put it on the side where the side loading door is, when you open the side loading door, if you're on a dark night and you've got to try and clamber into your camper van when it's in the pitch black, you just reach your hand inside, nice and simple, flick the panel on, turn the lights on. You've got lighting straight away, so you can get in and work your equipment without fumbling around in the dark. And again, you know, we've made it so that you can still get access to the fridge. Your pull-out drawer and your hob. And again, you know, while the bed's down, if one of you is still asleep, the other one can just sit back, relax. Maybe even put a brew on, surprise them with a nice cup of tea when they wake up in the morning. So that's the bed operation. Now, I like the way that this bed actually goes back into a seat. I thought this was quite a good idea. And what it is, there's a pedal that's there. So that's a foot operated pedal. If you just put your foot on there and push down, you haven't got to push too hard. That actually takes the bed, starts to take it back, and then you just push it in by the handle. Watch the lever as it comes back through. And it just locks back into place. Really nice, easy to operate, rock and roll bed, nice. And then just a few little touches what we've done. We've put some aluminium profile as you step in, so it doesn't keep tearing up the wood and the end of your flooring. The flooring, we've put an Altro flooring in. The shade was Dolphin, so it's a nice grey. It's got a bit of a sparkle to it as well. It sometimes catches your eye while you're sitting there. And we've used carpet to trim all over. So we've gone for the graphite on the side walls. So we do the pillars, we put the ply boards in, we insulate, we sound deaden, then we'll put the ply boards that are carpeted back onto the van. But we carpet all the pillars first, so it just gives it a really nice finish. And then we've gone for the light grey on the ceiling, which sort of complements the light grey worktop and then the light grey floor. It just sort of makes everything in between stand out, so you got your furniture stands out a little bit more, your window, your hob, your bed, it all stands out a little bit more. So you've got a bit of light and a bit of dark in there. And this is GB Campers Transit Custom low roof day van conversion. And if you want any more information on a conversion like this, you can contact us on gbcamperconversions.com. That's the website. We've got an inquiry form. There's a phone number on there. You know, give us a call. We'll have a chat about a conversion we might be able to do for you. And if you haven't already, if you like and subscribe to the channel, you'll see more videos in the future. Thanks for watching.